Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. It's my pleasure to be with you. My name is Angela, and I am the Rose Heart Shaman. I am a modern practicing shaman located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I take sessions from people via Zoom, over the phone, or in person in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, during evenings and on the weekends. If you are interested in a session with me or a reading, feel free to visit me at roseheartshaman.com or email me at roseheartshaman@yahoo.com. Today, I wrap up the third of 3 videos inspired by the archangels. And the theme today is the Cross of Christ, New Symbolism for Humanity. This is to prepare all of us for the first of several downloaded channeled messages from Archangel Gabriel. You're familiar with the beautiful sigils and symbols that I've shared in other episodes from the divinely talented and inspired Marietta Amatangelo. I have been given the privilege through the archangels of deconstructing those symbols into human language to connect them with some of you who are opening up and ready to receive the wisdom of the angels on our behalf. Today's message about the cross of Christ is the final segue into what the archangels are going to share with us, building upon the theme of connecting to our inner core and how we can rise with the frequency of new earth. So I hope you will enjoy this episode that will provide additional ways of thinking about the cross and how you can incorporate it into your life, whether you're a Christian or a non-Christian. So before I was completely awake in this spiritual sense, I was in connection with my spirit guides as far back as 1997. And in 2004, I was doing a meditative prayer experience, and I would do some automatic writing. And sometimes they do like they do now, where they'll show me images and pictures. And I was guided to this image on November 3rd, 2004. Okay, I don't know if you can see that very clearly, but they were explaining at that time what they wanted me to know about the cross. And really, the cross is a directional symbol of north and south, east and west, okay? And the goal for us is to be grounded to the earth, which represents the south. We are grounded in human form. To be inspired by the sky or the North Star, which is up above our heads, for the enlightenment of the spiritual realm in the heavens. And the east and west really are the polars. It's kind of like visualizing a battery, right? You've got the positive and you've got the negative charge in order for the battery to work properly. One cannot be out of alignment with the other. So the goal is to bring everything into balance, which provides a perfect circle in the center. The goal is to be centered. So you want to divinely be inspired. You also want to be grounded and take the energy and love of what you get from the earth. And the center is emanating in your heart. The same thing with east and west, okay? And by the way, here's a little hint. It's not about left and right. I think you can read into that. It's about east and west. It's about the directional flow of life. Because we, just as the earth and the galaxy and the sun and the planets, are in constant movement. There's constant flow. The flow of our life is to align in the center of our heart. The east and west represents morality and immorality. Okay? So I think, or it could also represent the divine masculine and the divine feminine, bringing that into balance. Right and wrong, bringing that into balance. Truth and lies. Anger and meekness or weakness. So I think you get the point, right? No matter what we do in our lives, the goal is to center all of it into our heart, to have a circle around it is the good zone. We want to stay in the good zone. But if we're too far in one direction or the other, we become out of alignment. And that's the whole point. We are no longer in alignment with what the cross really represents. And that is to center all of life's experiences, your emotions, your mental health, your physical health, and your spiritual health. Center all of it in your heart. Okay? Because that is where we are truly grounded, as above, so below, and in alignment and flow with all things. That was a grand symbol of the cross. It wasn't just about dying on the cross and being a symbol for humanity. It has multiple meanings. So getting back to what they shared with us the other day is bringing us into this new language for a modern society. They're pushing us to grow and evolve and build upon the proper things that we want to take forward. But for those of you who are non-Christians or non-believers of anything, you too probably are looking for some kind of a centered, just being in the good zone existence, right? We all want to be in the good zone. So this is just another way of relating to it, leaving out the toxic energy, leaving out the detrimental, I'm weak, I'm powerless energy. How do I center everything in myself for the fullness of my human experience? How do I push away the thoughts I don't need anymore and invite in more health and wellness? So now you're probably thinking, okay, so what? Now what? What do I do with this? Well, that's an excellent question. And you don't have to rush or figure out all of the answers. But I do have a couple of helpful hints. So I'm so glad you're thinking that way. One of the things you can do is start tuning things out and turning things off. I'm totally serious. I mean, think about, does the news really bring joy and value into your life? Do you really need to know all the negative things that are going on in the world that you have no control over? No, I don't think you do. But you may be wondering, but Angela, I'm an informed person. I want to stay up to date on things. Well, then I want to ask you back. How many times do you watch the news or certain shows every day, and all they do is create this anxiety and worry and fill your head with negative thoughts, and then you start thinking negative things about certain groups or types of people, and then all of a sudden you don't like those people anymore, even though 10 years ago you didn't have a problem with them? Do you think maybe that's called poison and toxic energy? And the whole point of this is to free you of that, right? Because it's not about right and left. It's about centering in your heart, getting back to your own inner truth. So maybe that's the question you should ask yourself. How do I get back to my inner truth? And you can create yourself a little list based on your spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical forms. Some of you are really good at working out every day, and you're very physically fit. But I also know that some of you are an emotional train wreck, okay? So you've got to dig deep, and I'm not judging you people. I'm working on myself too. I am a work in process and progress. But we all have things where we can work on these individual areas to raise our own frequencies. And sometimes the best way to do that is we have to take control back of our power. We have to shut out the things that are bringing us this negative energy, tension, anxiety, sleeplessness, gaining weight, nervousness, arthritis, heart disease. You would be amazed at how many health matters are caused because of the toxins that we listen to and we poison our head with. And it's not, I've said this before, it's not about what's in your head. It's about what's in your heart. That is the point of the cross, the center point. The rose in the center. The Rosicrucians understood this. It's the centering of all of the energy, having that full human experience. We're not supposed to be perfect, but we're to bring these things into alignment. It is when we are too far one way or the other that we get a little kooky-wooky. And a lot of us are kooky-wooky right now. So I'm trying to help you get outside of your comfort zone and create a new level of awareness, because I want you on this journey to finding yourself in a healthier state all around going forward. And I hope you find this helpful. And some of you are like, well, if you're not sure what to do spiritually, that's what people like myself can do for you. And I'm not the only one. So there are many of us here to help each other. In fact, I have many that I still go to when I'm out of alignment. So the point is that we've got to look at ways to cleanse ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to find that inner alignment and ability to be a fully healthy, living, breathing human, to have the best human experience. And for interested parties, it will be my delight and pleasure to share with you the actual transcript of what was given to me in 2004 when this image was provided. It's a bit provocative, so it's not for everyone, but it will be viewed as a separate video in part 2 of this, should you care to look at it. And take it with a grain of salt. Again, this is about you integrating and connecting in a way that matters to you, where you are, what frequency you're at. I want to help you where you are so that we can all rise together. But this was a lot for one day, and so I want to kind of take a pause, take a breath, and thank you for hanging in there with me. I do hope this was beneficial for you. I hope this stretched your thinking and has given you some ways to incorporate a higher level of connecting to your inner core going forward. Because I really do love you. Even those of you tuning in that I haven't met yet, I'm here because I have a tremendous unconditional love for humanity. And I just want to put good into the world. That's it. So I'm sending that heartfelt vibration to you wherever you are and whenever you tune in. And know that you are loved and there is a place for you in this world. And I'm just here as one more voice in the storm, one more vibration, feeling of kindness in the air to help you grow and stretch and see the beauty within your heart that I know is there. I love you, and I'll catch up with you soon. Take care, everyone.